Alright guys, and here we go with a live look at Operator. So it's been on my to stream list for quite a while. It's a cool game, I've enjoyed covering it at the time quite a bit, and I've been planning to stream it for a while, and recently there was a pretty big update, 0.07, which added some gore stuff as well, so we do have a bunch of new head variations, so we'll be checking out that. And we'll be checking out the overall experience, seeing how it plays. And I have played it a bit for the thumbnail, and it's definitely much more smoother because I was playing it before early access for the interview, and I was playing it on early access for an impressions video. And yeah, like, quite a different experience, so let's get it in, check it out. Of course, gotta make sure you can see your comments first. It should pop up here. Not seeing it yet. And apparently the stream was on unlisted, yes, so apologies guys. I will start over again. So basically, today I'll be streaming Operator, Operation 0.07, and it was on my to stream list for quite a while. It's a cool game. I've enjoyed playing it and talking with the dev around the time of early access, and recently there was a pretty big update for it called 0.07. Adds a bunch of new gore stuff as well, primarily head variations as far as I recall, and I just wanted to check out how it's doing now, gameplay wise as well, and definitely a much smoother experience than I remember it, so I'm gonna have some fun checking it out. But first, gotta make sure I can see the comments. And show you the featured print, which is still the NA Miata, one of my absolute favorite cars. The I think it's almost objective. Wait a sec. I'll put it up behind me so you all can see. The absolute most cute thing on 4 wheels. As I mentioned, it's gonna be here for a while, so get used to the Miata for some time. It's just a glorious thing. Alright, so let's go and check out all of the fun, glorious gore stuff. And I do have very fond memories of the house mission in Connecticut, it seems. So yeah, this one should be pretty great for the showcase of all gore stuff. Which, yeah, there is still work on it to be done, of course, but I think you probably first wanna... I think there are a few like more important things gameplay wise it has to get done before gore would be something that would be requiring, I would say, immediate attention. And we'll talk about all of that as we see it. And hello Zenik. Alright. Yeah, so a little bit unfair on my part, but I suppose you gotta use every advantage you can get. And yeah, one thing about the enemies, they are pretty ruthless, so one mistake, one unchecked corner, and you're dead meat basically, so that's actually something I do very much love about this game. It is quite unforgiving. Even more so than many other games I covered here, and you know, like, Tactical games, by definition, they are kind of like one mistake and you're done. And here it feels even more. One mistake and you're completely done. So, I do actually like how unforgiving it is, and trying to get a good thumbnail, I died quite a few times. So hello, Crash Lounge. Yes, so laying down and hiding under tables, yes. I died a few times today from guys doing that. Some do. As I was saying, yeah, they're just... You see, you're not careful enough and your legs are basically gone. And you're bleeding. I kinda haven't quite figured out the health system just yet, and I do have to actually make it a little bit more quiet because it's kind of destroying my ears. So Zenik, I think it is still in a pretty... Still feels pretty heavily work in progress, but as I was mentioning, it is, you do have this terrorist hunt system, terrorist hunt game mode. It's quite fun, but as you play it, and I think you'll be able to see it on the stream, it does feel like it needs more time in the oven, but perhaps the most important thing is that it is getting the time in the oven, and it is a much more smooth experience than, as I was mentioning, than as I was playing it when it first came out on early access, and slightly before. So yeah, like, I am actually seeing things move in the right direction. I have no idea where that came from. Guys, as I was mentioning, more unforgiving. Could be the window on the top floor. I was focusing on that living room window, and someone from there perhaps could have popped me easily. So yeah, so that's actually a thing I absolutely love about it. It is more unforgiving. And you know, it doesn't feel like unfairly so, I would say. It doesn't feel like they're just aimbotting you. Kind of feels like, yeah, like I made a mistake, I paid for it. See, like, I haven't seen that guy. My gun misfired and that's it, I go down, basically. See, I don't know if it's quite John Wick, but I'll just say very unforgiving, and the thing perhaps about Ready or Not, it kind of like prevents me from just playing it as SWAT is that your teammates die so damn easily. Like in Ready or Not, last time I tried playing as an actual SWAT game, the thing that drove me nuts the most was just my teammates not being the most careful and dying so very easily. So that was the one for me with Ready or Not. And so, like, if you watched my Ready or Not streams, you've seen it. I was just playing it like a kind of like this, like terrorist hunt. Yes, so the laying down enemies, as they were mentioned. Yeah, so as for the censorship in Ready or Not, so basically, to my understanding, the only thing they'll be removing is the ability to shoot bodies post-mortally. Which, you know, something I don't really have very strong feelings for, to be entirely honest. Like, it's great for a showcase. If I make any video, it's a very easy way to showcase the dismemberment, the wounds and stuff, but beyond videos, I even advocated for freezing bodies for the sake of performance. But you know, there was no such issue in Ready or Not. But here is where I'm going with this. What is a bit of a concern to me in this situation is not so much the censorship of the gore they have now, but the question of will they enhance the gore further, because I think it puts that makes the odds of that seem very, very slim, because you know, so by the damage wise, the non-dismembering stuff, the wounds, the blood is quite great, I would say. Like, I do absolutely love it. I think it is a great example of how that can be done in Unreal Engine. But the blood spilling feels underwhelming, for sure, like without Kazano's mod, feels very underwhelming. Do we have someone here, perhaps? So the blood spilling, as I was saying, feels quite underwhelming. And the animation stuff, I think there's quite a bit of room to enhance the animations. Yeah, so we do have the arterial bleeding, but other than that, it's kind of like very, very simple. So I was kind of like waiting, will those be enhanced? And I'm not sure if they will. That's my big concern with Ready or Not. Can't quite see. So this is one of the new head variations. I think we have a chunk missing right about over here somewhere, but you can't see it all too well. And one actually issue that it has with here is it, the flashlights reflect like a motherfucker, yeah. So when I do the boat level, you'll see it's just the reflections are unbearable. So yeah, there is a bit of a reflection issue being way too much in this game at the moment. Kind of like, you know, it's going, even here you can kind of see it. It's a little bit too much in your eyes, but it's actually pretty obscene in the boat level. And even by the way, when you, for the muzzle flashes, it is a little bit flashing it a little bit too much, I would say. So just to look kind of tactical as I'm yeah. Alright, yeah, so I didn't have the bullet chambered in. Like, I was tactical, I was careful, but did not have a bullet chambered in. Now I do. So yeah. You actually have to remember that. Not so much for any surprise factor, I suppose. I do actually wonder if I got the guy on the second floor. I'm not sure. Once again, just to look tactical as I'm doing it. And yeah, the laying down enemies are quite something. Alright, so do we have them all on the second floor? Either second floor or basement. Do I have any nades? I'm not sure if I have any nades. Probably don't. I think those came from below. As I was saying, they are just unforgiving. Perhaps a little bit on the John Wickish side, actually. Just a little bit. Not to the point of a great frustration, I would say. But as you can see, just can die very easily. Very, very easily. Let's actually try something else. So given that this is clear, I'm actually gonna go and make my entry from the yard. And very strongly watch any... like that, yeah. This plate should be clear. Don't have to showcase the head variations. We may have had a gun fall through the floor. Hey, so got an achievement on committing my first war crime. Nice, yeah. Perhaps not my first one in gaming, but I guess in this game, since the update, I've definitely committed some war crimes before the update. So, what do I have here? Yeah, so let's look at the heads. Yeah, I can't quite see on this guy, but I suppose he should be a pretty good head model, so yeah, so as you can see, just new variations of heads, like with chunks carved out. They aren't dynamic, but you do have a whole bunch of variations, and the spilling at the moment is a bit all over the place. As you can see, we do have those chunkier stains, but they aren't quite there, I would say, but and as you can see, they are kind of going just all over the place. It's kind of like the blood spilling in Ground Branch, where you have just stains go everywhere. That's basically what we have here at the moment in terms of staining. So yeah, so I do think sooner or later it's gonna have to get some attention, but from what I saw, they're just mostly working on game stuff, which is of course the most important thing at the moment. So as you can see, just variations of the head. Opening up like a watermelon. I do have some brain chunks. Not sure if we had those before, and as you can see, those chunkier stains, which are a little bit questionable, I would say. Like, I like the concept, I'm not a huge fan of the looks at the moment, but, you know, looks can always be improved. And the idea does very much matter. You know, like, I kinda have to now go here because of this clipping guy, because if I go in there and clear that out first, and he opens and shoots me, oh, there's even two of them. Yeah, so as I was saying, there are some more important things at the moment in this game than gore. And that's kind of one of them, like the AI behaviors. So I do remember there was this patch for ground branch which also added the very cool death animations, the active ragdolls. Yes, there was a guy here. Yes. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, there was. I've seen him. It wasn't a blind shot. I saw the blood splatter, right? So as you can see, one of the head variations. Basically V-shaped opening thing. You know, probably should have. There is something I heard called. It was called. What was it called? The canoe. The canoe. Yeah, you can just watch Gerentam's video on executions, and you can see what the canoe is about. And I think for this game, a canoe would be very, very appropriate. Anyway, as I was saying, in Ground Branch, the patch where they added the active ragdolls, it also did a pretty good overhaul to how AI behaves. Like, because I was playing Ground Branch before, and it was kind of like here. It wasn't quite natural. It would kind of like be a little bit weird. And after that patch, while far from being perfect, I would say, it is a pretty common complaint about GB. It actually improved it a lot. Yeah, it improved it quite a lot. Let's see. Let's try the landing zone hotel. Yeah, like what the hell? Why not? End up the enemy count. So just made the enemies behave a little bit more believably, so you didn't have like kind of like what we saw here, of them just kind of like standing there, waiting for me to shoot them. So that's kind of the thing perhaps I think would be at the moment most important for this game, before any additional gore and response stuff is done, I would say. Yeah, so let's see the hero. Of course, you know, with a loudest hero you can't really do a stealth entry, but I'll still try it, still check it out. Yeah, so Trash Panda, I think this game is still in a little bit of a rough state. Yeah, you can just see in the stream, you know, like... I think for most people it's gonna be a little bit too rough. But I think there is, it is going in the right direction.
Get out of my house.
You know what, having like those enemies in cafes, and I'm hearing like southern accent, yeah. Get out of my house! Yeah, I can't do a southern accent very well at all. But you can probably hear it. Enemies in cafes and they're talking like rednecks. You know, actually I prefer the other entry, not so much the hero. Though kind of glad I checked it out. Yeah, so I can't like make a clear recommendation at the moment, but I can say for sure that it is going in the right direction, I think. So basically, if what you're seeing in this stream looks fun, definitely pick it up, but if you want to wait some more, yeah, do wait some more, because it is gonna be getting better. And as I was saying, the key thing at the moment, I think it is most important, is making the AI behavior look more believable. It's a very big thing. It's both of course, the AI itself and the animations. Yeah, so the weapon selection is actually quite good in this game. Very, very good. And the weapon animations are also quite good. It is actually one of the strengths of this game. Alright, yeah, so Gorway, it isn't like dynamic deformation, you do have head variations. It is an addition of this patch. Am I hearing Russian now? Yeah, so we'll have quite a bit of mess there to check out. And I didn't even kill everyone there, so... Alright, Sunny, best game for response out there. So at the moment, like my basically go-to answer is you can't go wrong with The Last of Us. Either 1 or 2. 2 is a little bit better and 2 has the no return mode where you can just have gameplay, kind of like this. You can just play, kill characters. Not bother with the story whatsoever. That's kind of great. So The Last of Us, 1 or 2. Dead Island 2, of course. And if you have a VR, Blood Rail or modified Blade and Sorcery, it's just so damn good. Had such a good time in both of those games. It is quite something. Yeah, and like with no return mode you can entirely avoid it. And honestly, there was quite a bit of busy work in the story of The Last of Us 1. I'd actually appreciate even there an option just to play the visceral gameplay with this kind of sense of a continuity as we have in no return mode, without the busy work of the story, even there. And it was pretty good. Like, I do get the appeal of the story of The Last of Us. And so as you can see, the speeding at the moment is just a little bit all over the place. Not a bit of stains, but as you can see, with them repeating, doesn't quite look good. Once again, chunky stains. I love the idea, but not a huge fan of the execution. And let's open his head up. I think it was perhaps removed entirely? Yeah, so it kind of glitched out. Entirely gone. Yeah, so as for more interviews, absolutely, of course, I'm not cancelling this format. I think it is a pretty good format to kind of just showcase games as they are in progress. So there are a few devs I'm in touch with, and there is one I want to reach out to when I'll be a little bit more free. Currently doing a few videos, so there are definitely gonna be more interviews. Once again, the laying down enemies. Quite cool, yeah. So the basement of death occasionally. Empty at the moment. Do I have perhaps anyone here? I think I've had enemies in those locations too. Yeah, Tripang 2 is awesome. I am a fan of Tripang and can't wait for their next project. Like, it was really good. They delivered. They absolutely delivered. Alright, not seeing any enemies clip from anywhere. And I had a bullet chambered this time. Actually want to check out the wound functionality. So yeah, so at the moment the lighting and the reflections are a little bit just a little bit obscene. Like in a dark place, and I'll probably do the ship level next. It's kind of has to be tweaked, absolutely has to be tweaked, because in a dark place, flashlights are just entirely useless. Not a big fan of using night vision. Where? Where? Like, to look clear, maybe on the far left actually, I haven't looked enough there, perhaps. Could be on the far left side. Haven't looked carefully enough, and yeah, like, there you go, you're just popped. So as I was saying, like, a death like that doesn't feel unfair, just, yeah, like, you aren't careful enough, you pay for it. Once again, where? Where? Once again, no idea where from, no idea. Okay, yeah, so probably here. Thank you, clipping AK. Yeah, so as I was saying, I think the key thing at the moment that requires more work is the AI. It doesn't even have to be like particularly great, just to give you a little bit of a more believable experience as you're playing. Doesn't have to be even hugely great, because hugely great AI is quite a big feat. NLP killcam? Seriously, killcam, dude? No, not killcam, dude, not killcam, come on. Like, it's a serious game, it's not fucking COD. Well, perhaps a bigger scope could be handy right here, but yeah, screw it. Alright, yeah, so now I'm seeing, now I'm seeing the rest of your comment. And I took it seriously the first time, yep. My bad. My mistake. As you can see, they are shooting through windows, and as you can see, guys, look at that, look at this new tattoo on my arm. That's kind of awesome. Yeah, so we can actually see like injuries on your body. That's kind of awesome. Haven't seen it before, but yeah, like we do have now a confirmation that you can see wounds on your own character. I imagine exactly where they happen. I've seen some debates on definition of AI, yeah, like I'll keep calling them AI. There are some deep debates on Twitter on what is worth to be considered AI, and they would say that even the big ones, you know, like the ChatGPTs and such, they aren't worthy of being AI because they're not really intelligent. They're just, you know, like spewing out whatever crap they're taught, which is true. That is what they're doing. But still, I'll call the bots AI and such. So the living room is clear, but we still have some... Like, it means like they're all here somewhere, they aren't. Yeah, so one more thing this game isn't great at is scattering enemies around, so you just might have like a 5-6 bots in the same location, and you know, like, this one hasn't seen my flashlight. I think we're actually seeing a bit of a active ragdoll. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, he's kind of like moving around a bit. Yes, so it is going in that direction too. Oh, that's cool. And I thought I heard like some Russian too. So do we have like rednecks, Russians in cafes and such? What the hell? What the hell's happening here? Do we have like a nice, beautifully diverse population of cultural enrichment and such? In Connecticut suburbs? Yeah, so I know there were like pretty big debates on what AI is. What is worth it being called AI? Whatever, what the hell, I don't care. Laying down guy. Yeah, camper. Thank you, Snipe. You know, Gherkin, there is something about... In many games there is that first map, you know, like that the devs were prototyping mechanics over. And there's like some... It can be simple, like we have here. But there is a certain charm to it, you know. And in this game it's this house, you know, like nothing special, just a suburban American house, but there is something to it. You know, like perhaps in Crisis, the very first level, kinda feels like it could be that. It just feels like the most inspired level in that game. That very first level. Yeah, technically cheating. Yeah, like, sounds like Russian, like da-da-da, blять, perhaps?
You think I can't see you?
Then I was hearing some rednecks before, and not sure what the hell's happening here. Yeah, I will say I will be checking out MGS Delta. Yep. Just kind of like being curious about that series overall, and you know, new game coming out. What the hell? Let's have a look. People will be interested about like what the response mechanics are like. So yeah, what the hell? Let's check it out and see what it is about. I actually never played an MGS game ever, so let's do it. You know, occasionally it can be kind of nice. There was something about this headshot right here. And what happened to his face? Yeah, not sure what happened there, but something happened, basically. Alright. Hey potato, thank you, I do appreciate it. As you know, there is a new video there on destruction, actually, a special I've had in mind for quite a while. It's been I was just like writing points here and there for over a few years, and finally have it out at last. So it is right now up on Patreon and for channel members. Anyone there can check it out, and it's gonna be out publicly on Thursday. Wow, so Yandere Simulator is still a thing, huh? I had no idea. Yeah, I heard of it. It was weird. I suppose it's probably even more weird now. I think. Yeah, so head variation, what do we have? Looks like a, yeah, like just a nasty... perhaps like... Yeah, like part of the mouth and nose carved out. Yeah, like, oh yeah, so basically... Yeah, basically like that, just a, you know, so he goes from being a tactical shooter enemy to being like a horror game character, you know, like, could be in Killing 4. With that new jaw face. Beautiful, beautiful. Hey Shay, let's see. Shay Nguyen, yeah, doing fine. Getting a little bit going back to a more chilled state after some recent happenings here. Laying down guy. I think I got him. And look, I'm lucky I could have died. I could have easily had my head. Could have had my head turn into chunky stains right here. Just pure luck.
You need all that gear to come get me?
Yeah, so...
Hey, fuck you, bitch!
Yeah, like... we have right now some hillbilly. And before I was hearing Russian and he's probably wearing a kafia. Let's see, is he wearing a kafia? Probably is.
Fuck you!
He's still alive.
I told you I ain't gonna...
Yeah, like he's wearing kafia. And he's like speaking like some... Get off my lawn, hillbilly. And as I mentioned, I thought I heard the Russian here as well, so... I think he just has, like... every single of his voice actors activated here. Perhaps, I'm not sure. Never saw a hillbilly in Kafia. Right, so I died here in one of the previous rounds, so I'm seeing a gun. Clipping through here and... let's see... Oh, he's still ragdolling. Yeah, so do kinda have an... sort of an early implementation of an active ragdoll. Isn't quite there, but... nice to see it. Still happening. Alright. You know, if I was to make a thumbnail, the moment the bullet hit the head, would have been a pretty great thumbnail, but... as I was saying, at the moment, the blood spitting is a little bit all over the place, just goes absolutely everywhere, as you can see, like... even here. Even here, so yeah, like, the blood spitting needs more love for sure. But let's see the head variation, what do we have? What do we have? Yeah, basically just the good old V-shape. We all love the V-shape. Yeah, in LP it should, but for some reason it didn't, like... when I was trying to shoot through this wall, never managed to penetrate. Though it should. You are correct, like this rifle should go through this like it's not there at all. You are entirely correct in that. Yeah, the LTS, the flashlight boom here is absolutely obscene, and I will show that in the next map, so we'll do perhaps a few runs in the ship map, in the boat. We're gonna go on a boat. Boats are fun, and you can see the flashlight reflections boom is just obscene. Crash launch. Wait till you see the bloom in this map. It's unusable, entirely unusable. Like not even close, not even close. You see what I mean? I don't think it's gonna be like that bad in a boat. Got one. And I saw a few more. Perhaps, oh yes, I do have one there for sure. Other than that, deck is clear. Fiend, I'll take this over COD any day, like any day. 1,000 times. I'll take this game over COD. Even in this somewhat undercooked state. I'll take it any day, anytime. COD is a fucking disgrace to what it used to be. Like, it used to be great. I remember the first game, of course, World at War. The classic one in our aspect, but now it's just absolutely obscene. The multiplayer? Yikes. Alright, well, still alive, still alive. Maybe I can bandage the right arm. It's kind of insane that, you know, like Nicki Minaj. Alright, so as I was saying, guys, as I was saying, this stuff ain't right. What the hell? This basically renders the flashlight here entirely unusable. Like, it should have this effect to a degree, but I don't think it this much. I don't think it this much. So, which is better, this or COD? So, NLP, you know, in COD you can play as Snoop Dogg. So yeah, like... the most important thing in any game ever, beyond gore, beyond, you know, like good levels, interesting mechanics, is being able to play as Snoop Dogg. And Snoop Dogg is actually a more realistic character than many of the other ones it has, and many of the ones you have in Rainbow Six Siege. Oh man, like, so one I'm like kind of like emotionally pissed about is what they did with Rainbow Six, guys. Do you remember the third game? I think it was called Athena Sword or something. It was awesome. It was like so damn hardcore. so damn hardcore, so brutal. Like very unforgiving. Perhaps even much like this, or even more so. Then you know you have Siege come out and kinda have those weird operators. It's kind of a hero shooter. You have a guy with a fucking plaster on his mouth for whatever reason. Because something. Then it goes downhill, and downhill, and downhill, and downhill, and the latest one is just obscene. Like, you know, if you want reliable, renewable, clean energy, put a turbine into Tom Clancy's grave, play there like whatever the hell they're doing in his name, and you have yourself just an endless source of renewable energy, because whatever they're doing is so damn obscene.
You know camo don't work inside, right? Fuck you.
Hey, we have like hillbillies here as well. This guy's kind of like a semi-ragdolling. Yeah, so I'm just pissed over what I did with Rainbow Six series. Used to be like so good.
Hey, Tactical Timmy, come here.
You know, I do kind of love this voiceover, gotta say.
What, are you scared?
And he's ragdolling. Oh,
Kiss my
man, like,
American ass.
you know, like, if I could have a more clear view of this, it would be kind of hilarious. Yeah, so you're kind of forced to use this here. Not a fan. Basically never liked night maps for this, in games like this, because you basically just put a green filter over the location. Always prefer flashlight whenever it's possible. Yeah, jungle. So after these 3 mans just took up, I had a pretty big rant earlier on what I think about it, and my actual concern with what's happening with Ready or Not. He probably should have died. I think I hit him in the face, I believe. Maybe went a little bit low. Kind of looked like a going in the face, but yeah, here we go. And we do have some active ragdolling. Do we even have any enemies left? I think could have gotten all of them, but can't get too cocky. Perhaps I could have. Yeah, got them all. Here's the first guy. I actually wanna check out the wounds, except for the one I had on my arm. Hey man, I can always consult remotely, yeah? Like, not hard to reach. So do I actually want to have a look at the wounds on the characters. So let's see, let's up it to like 10. Thank you, Asian username. But I do want to have a good look at the wounds on the body. I was focusing on the head, I was focusing on the active ragdolling. I was focusing on the blood spitting. Let's have a look at the wounds on the body. So, not taking fire so far, so perhaps I'll just make a quick run for it. It was a stupid idea. And I have no idea where the shot came from. See, son, I think there's a difference between exceptional and mind-blowing, because many games deliver like exceptional stuff, but there is a difference between exceptional and mind-blowing. I would say Tripang 2, exceptional. Overgrowth at the time, exceptional. But you have difference between that and mind-blowing. And yeah, indeed, very few games do mind-blowing. So I could use a someone dying in a low-lit location to showcase the wounds on the body. And he's ranting about taxes. Oh yeah, like just a glorious voiceover. Oh yeah. You know, we both took the shot. He's one hit the target, basically. So. Here's what I will say on the topic of exceptional to mind-blowing. I would absolutely like to see more games do AAA quality gore, and very few do it. With the fuck you AAA budgets, very few do it. Елик, Russian, I heard the иди нахуй. Елик. Yeah, suka, yeah, like... What the hell, Елик. I wasn't sure, I thought like, maybe I'm just hearing wrong, but no, Елик. Иди нахуй, сука. Dude, NLP, Last of Us, Dead Island 2, not mind-blowing enough for you? But yeah, at the time SOF2 was just something else. It will forever hold a place in the Gore Hall of Fame. And precisely for being the undisputed king for so damn long. The undisputed heavyweight champion. Soldier of Fortune. Kid Witchy, good question. Good question. And why they all wearing kafiyas? Russians don't wear kafiyas. Hillbillies too. They kind of tend to not like those very much. Is that an enemy? Nah. Where? Aha, there, somewhere. Yeah, I see, yes, so, I see, yeah, so. Died a few times from that direction, for sure. The secret has been revealed. So perhaps I'm gonna go like look very carefully at that window and go through the living room. Look very carefully there because there could be like some issues there and stuff. Seems clear, I think. Alright, alright. Moving up very carefully. Oh! Yeah, hello. So penetration is weird, so there were a few times, I think. Does penetration work for players? Because I remember I was like standing there, like I shot through a wall. I tried to shoot back and basically nothing. Here as well. He was right here, I was shooting in his direction, for sure. I hit nothing. Yeah, I'm not sure how it works. Alright, yes, so as for the looks at the wounds. Yes, you can have occasionally the blood spats project on the characters, as you can see, just blood spats projecting. Here we have a wound. And here we have a pretty good look at the wounds, as you can see. Basic, simple, but does give you the feedback, perhaps once again. I think the key thing perhaps would be... could use some more blood, perhaps. But other than that, nice, consistent wound functionality. But yeah, definitely could use more blood for sure, yeah. You know, like, or at least on some of them, you know, like some wounds could be like, yeah, just a hole with a little bit of blood. And some could be more bloody, because it can vary. I think he's Russian. I think this guy's Russian. Oh yeah, we actually had something cool happen now. Shit. We actually had something cool happen right now, so bleeding is a factor in the game. Oh, did I hit him like from outside? Yeah, like seems like I could have, yeah. So I've actually shot him. He was standing for like a second and then he lost control and fell and bled out basically. That's cool. So bleeding is a factor in this game. That is good to know. For NPC characters as well, because I'm not sure if penetration is a factor for bullets shot by the player, to be honest. So at least we do have the bleeding factor for NPCs as well. So we should be having one less guy somewhere around here, I suppose. I've actually had a few enemies be in the bathtub. That's gonna be where it is. Not on this stream actually, but it can be kind of funny when it happens. So, here it is. That felt nice. That felt nice. I'll still clear everything out in a very tactical manner. Yeah, so as for RE4, it just... first of all, it wasn't an upgrade over RE2, and... not a big fan of that experience, basically, you know, like... tactical shooters, if they have any semblance of response mechanics, yeah, like, I'll check them out for sure, but... all of those so-called horror games, I'm not into it, and kind of like... don't wanna go through that, unless like the gore there is seriously good. Here we go, yeah, so... he's down. Can we have like a close-up look? Seems not so, yeah. Just could use more blood. Or you can shoot further and get yourself some more blood. Alright, so in conclusion, basically the head variations are kinda cool. They aren't the greatest out there, but they are kind of cool. We do have a initial implementation of active ragdolling. Awesome, quite cool. But yeah, I think, you know, like, the thing the game needs the most is just more work on the AI. More than anything, more than gore, more than anything. But you know, it is getting there. It isn't neglected. It is being actively worked on, so yeah, like... I'll be checking out more, and eventually, when it will be time to enhance the core side of it, there is room for improvement, and yeah, like... I'll be having a look again, so yeah, hope you enjoyed it. That's gonna be it for me today. And I'll see you all next week with perhaps maybe Wreckfest 2. There was actually an update came out on Friday, I think. Yeah, so... see you then, possibly with Wreckfest 2.